Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I'm going to give some examples on how you can use the standard normal distribution table. Okay, so first of all, when you are given a table, you need to understand what is actually represented by all the values inside the table and the figure given on the page of that particular table as well. So now, when you look at this figure here, this figure particularly shades the area from this point Z to the left. So this is the area, the shaded area from point Z, so from this particular point to the left. So recall that this is the horizontal axis, the name is Z. And at this point here, at point 0, here is the vertical axis, which is Fz. And actually, in order to find the area under the curve, you have to integrate the hideous looking function from point Z to from negative infinity to point Z. So basically, how do you get the area here is by integrating from negative infinity to this point Z, the function Fz dz. Okay, so function Fz is given on this page here. So this is what you have to do in order to get the area under the curve. And again, in statistics, the area under the curve is the same thing as probability. So this area or probability are given inside this table. So these are the area. Okay, now the area is given on this side. So I'm just going to highlight that. So, oops, sorry. So I'm going to highlight that area. Okay, so the area is given. Oh my god, hang on. Highlighter. Okay, so this is the area inside the table. Okay, so the area is given inside here. Okay, inside. Now, what is Z? So Z is the horizontal axis and it is represented on the outside here. So this is the value of Z. Yep. So this is the value of Z. Okay. So now, let's say you are interested to answer all these questions here. So let's look at the first question. Probability Z being less than 1.44. So the first step is to sketch the information or what is the question is asking you to do. So probability Z less than 1.44 is going to look like this. Okay, we know the standard normal distribution has mean 0. So 1.44 here is the value of Z. Okay, because the result here is going to be probability. So it is asking you to find what is the probability Z less than 1.44. So if this is 0.0, so 1.44 is going to be somewhere here. So this is the value of Z, 1.44. And the result is going to be probability. So when it says less than 1.44, it means from this point to the left. So Z less than 1.44. Now, since the area here matches the area given on this figure, therefore the answer can be directly obtained by finding 1.44 on the Z column. So where is 1.44? This is 1.4 and another 4. So 1.44, the result is 0.9251. So this is probability because it is inside, so the probabilities are given inside the table here. And so the answer to this one is probability Z less than 1.44 is equal to 0.9251. So you can just directly read what is 1.44 from this column Z here. Okay. Now, how about this one? Probability Z greater than 1.44. So if I sketch the question given here, so basically this is 1.44 somewhere here. So the area is to the right because Z greater than 1.44, so it's going to be on this area. And for this question, the answer cannot be directly obtained without modification. Okay, because if you want to find 1.44, if you read the result from the table here, this is the value of area from this point to the left. 0.9251 is from 1.44 to the left, but what we are looking for is this area, the area to the right. So what we can do is the answer cannot be obtained directly from the table, but we can do a simple modification, which is if you want to find this area can be found by taking 1 minus this area. Why is it 1? Because we know that total area under the curve is equal to 1. The total area under the curve is equal to 1. So if you have 1 minus this area, you will get the area that you are looking for, which is this one. So 1 minus 0.9251, and the answer is going to be equal to 0.0749. Okay, so we need to do a little bit of manipulation in order to get the correct answer. Okay, the reason being is because the area that we are looking for is not given on this table directly, because this table only gives the area from this point to the left, whereas what we are looking for is the area to the right, which is this one. Okay, I hope you can see the difference between this question and this question. Okay, right. Next is the third question. Let's look at the third question and the last question. Okay, okay, next is this one. So what is the value of Z when the probability is 0.95? So this is probability. Okay, this is the only value that you are given. So you need to find this value. And a lot of mistakes are done where the students, they always find this value. They always look at this value on the Z column. But this is not the value of Z, this is the value of probability, because it basically says probability Z less than certain value here is 0.95. So this 0.95 is the value of probability. Now if I sketch this information given here, we know this is at 0.0. So the probability is greater than 0.5. Now if the graph is symmetric, so we know that the area here is going to be 0.5, and another area here is also going to be 0.5. From the middle towards the right is going to be 0.5. From the middle towards the left is also going to be 0.5. So the total area is going to be equal to 1. So if the probability, or if the area under the curve is 0.95, and Z is to the left, so that means Z must be somewhere here, because then this area is already 0.5, and if you add some more area, then it will be it will match the question asked here, Z less than a certain value, where the total area of this is going to be equal to 0.95. Now you can see that the area shaded in this region is the same thing as the area shaded by this table, and therefore it gives you the indication that the answer can be directly obtained from the table without doing any sort of manipulation. So what you can do is you can just simply search for 0.95 inside the table here. So where is 0.95? 0.95 is closer to either this one or this one. So they are both equally close to 0.95, to the value of 0.95. So you can just choose either one of these. Okay, so let's say you choose this one, 0.9505. So this is the value of probability. Therefore, Z is going to be 1.65. Therefore, for this one is probability Z less than 1.65 is going to be equal to 0.95. Therefore, the small z is equal to 1.65. Okay, right. Now let's look at the last example here. So last example, what is the probability the probability of z greater than z is equal to 0.05. So we know that this is the area to the right. Okay, we can imagine this is the area to the right, this direction, and you can see that the area is very small, 0.05. Okay, 0.05 is very small. It is not even half. It is not even half of this distribution. So we know that it must be somewhere here where the area is just a small area, which is 0.05, and this is the unknown z that you are looking to find. Now, you cannot go and find the value of 0.05 directly on this table, because the area that you are looking for is not the same area as shaded on this region here. The area given by this standard normal distribution table is the area from this point to the left, but the area that you are looking for is from this point to the right. So in order to find what is the correct answer, you have to know what is the area to the left, because you want to be able to read from the table, you need to know what is the area to the left. So if the area to the right is 0.05, so this area is 0.05, I'm sure you will be able to get this area. So this area is just going to be 1, because the total area is 1. So if you have 1 minus this area, you will get the area here. So this area, so I'm just going to use different colors. So this area that you are looking for is just going to be 1 minus 0.05. So 1 minus 0.05, this area is actually 0.95. You can see that when you add up 0.95 plus 0.05, the answer is equal to 1. So the area under the curve for standard normal distribution is 1. So once you are able to get this value, which is 0.95, from this point to the left, you can read from the table. From the table, you can go on and find what is 0.95. You can see that it is either, you can take either this one or this one. Okay, because these two numbers are equally close to 0.95. So let's say you choose this one. So the value of z is 1.65. So I'm going to write down probability z greater than 1.65 is equal to 0.05. Therefore, small z is 1.65. So I hope you can see the difference between these two examples here, and I hope all these examples illustrated in this video are able to help you to understand on how you can use the standard normal distribution table. Now, I'm going to stop here, but just let me tell you that in the next video, I'm going to talk about the same examples here, but we're going to use a different standard normal distribution table. All right, thank you very much for watching.